And this forum will be basically like summing up of what we have been going through based on the Friday evening, yesterday the whole day, and what we went through this morning. No? And also some of the questions might be a little thought-provoking so that we can get some more from our seniors, and that will basically wrap up our session for this retreat, basically. No? So for our forum, we have two senior sisters. We have Meera Didi here. We all are familiar with her. But what you may not know much is that she is also part of the regional coordinating team. So ever since Didi, Dr. Nirmala left the body, she has been playing a wonderful role actually for a long, long time. And she left the body, and then what's next for our region, Asia Pacific region? So they have come up with a team. And probably this is a trend nowadays. A team is formed. Part of the team is Meera Didi, and we have others like Charlie Bai, and we have Sister Tris, Sister Chris, Sister Morni, Sister Lashmi, and who else?
Rajini.
Sister Rajini, Sister Bhavana is there. So 8 of them basically, no? So 8 souls are taking care of what Didi, Dr. Nirmala used to do alone those days, no? So, but that's a trend nowadays, and we are very lucky that Meera Didi is part of the team, and among the team, I would say the most senior is Meera Didi. So we have Meera Didi with us in the forum, and Sona have been here since Friday. You have been listening to her a lot. Sona Bahri, she used to be in Australia, in Sydney, and in the 2008 she went to the Middle East, and now she's in Abu Dhabi taking care of the inner peace meditation center over there. No? And she's also more or less like dealing with Muslims. No? And we are also dealing with Muslims here in our country. So more or less we also share some of the same knowledge, whereby in serving them we have to be a little cautious. So we have both of them here. So we welcome both of them, Meera Didi and Sona Bahri here. And for the forum here is basically the theme is how Sakash transformed my life. So that's the theme of our forum here. But it's also a wrap up of what we have been going through all this while from Friday onward. Now again, you have been hearing so much about Sakash. So now you might be a little tired of hearing the word Sakash also. So that to probe deeper into their knowledge, the question is, when did Baba start using the word Sakash? No? Because it looks like it used to be volcanic yoga, and prior to that, intense meditation, deep meditation, tapasya, and now the in thing is Sakash. No? So when Baba started to introduce Sakash and why it is necessary, so this we start off with this. No? So we ask Meera Didi, and probably Sona can chip in a little bit more.
Om Shanti. I remember when I came to Gyan in 1968, we never used to hear these terms. Even Avyakt, Vyakt, Avyakt Brahma, Vyakt Brahma, we never heard of those things. We used to hear from Sakar Murlis giving current, giving searchlight. Baba used to talk about it, and using yoga power in many different circumstances. And so we could understand that. Like I remember one example they gave, Baba had to go through operation. And before going operation, Baba has to be given blood transfusion. And many were very much worried, how can we give Baba somebody else's blood? God's chariot, But there was no choice. because operation could not be done. And then Baba through Santri Dadi you saw yesterday, she was Baba's special messenger, personal messenger. So Baba sent a message through her, don't worry, Baba is going to take care of the chariot. When operation is going to happen, Baba will purify the blood through the trans-messenger through yoga vibrations. You know, so the blood will be purified and then that one will be given to Baba. So throughout, we never use the word Sakash, but that power of yoga was used during those days. So power of yoga was used to purify the blood, and then Baba was operated with that transfusion and operation was successful. So that means that the power of remembrance of Baba can do wonder. It can even purify the blood. For God's chariot, just imagine. That was a very interesting word used during those days. And the other word that we used was tapasya. Any difficulty comes in the yajna, any obstacle, we were told, go and do tapasya. No Sakash, nothing like that during those days. And it used to work collectively, collective meditation. What we understood during that time was collective meditation will touch the people. Just to tell you one example, in 1976 we had a big Mela in Delhi, and Red Fort grounds was chosen for the Mela, and all the stalls were erected. Everything was done except the opening model Durga. So we got a phone call, tomorrow is inauguration, today Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister, we want the land back. Brahma Kumaris can use Ram Leela ground because the President of Russia is coming, so Indira Gandhi has to welcome him here. So Prakashmani Dadi, we were in Delhi also, Pandab Bhavan. Dadi was not shaken, Dadi Gulzar was not shaken. They said, go and sit in tapasya. That's all Dadi said, all of you go and sit in tapasya. Nothing else. So we all did overnight bhatti and wonder happened. In the morning, she sent his people, and only Dadi told them, you prepare the opening model Durga. So whole overnight it was ready, and when people came to inspect, they were so shocked to see Durga's model. They went and told Indira Gandhi, we cannot stop them. So we got the land. To that level, government level, the power of yoga, tapasya works. So after some years, what I started to hear in Brahmin life a lot was giving current, giving searchlight. Like when somebody is very sick, when somebody is going through some difficult time. So we were asked, in Baba also used to do it. But the Sakash word, I remember, we started to use in 2000 afterwards, not before that. It's very latest. Even during that time, Jagdish Bhai was alive, and he used to interpret the word in different ways. And I remember one English word he used for Sakash is spiritual radiation. spiritual radiation. You know, nowadays they do operation with radiation without cutting. You know, if you have a gallbladder stone, they will do the radiation and burn the stone without cutting. So that is like a spiritual radiation, heat to some extent. So this is like spiritual radiation, sending vibrations of one soul to another soul, taking power from Baba. So the Sakash word started to be used. And I remember we also did a lot of research during that year, couple of years, on this word itself, Sakash. And now it is becoming very, very clear. You know, Sakash individually, Sakash in the form of group for healing, sickness, stopping natural calamities, you know. In India, there is a group called Power of Sakash group. Thousands of people are members for that. If you want, you can also join. They have 24 hours Sakash Seva.
This is a BK group?
Yes, it is. Brother Shakti Raj is the main person. I have given talks to that group few times. You know, like, you can just put your request, why you want for Sakash, whatever. And there is a group of people. They are doing Sakash Seva, giving Sakash means round the clock. They have their time, somebody 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, in whichever country they are. Are you aware, any one of you? Are you part of it, any one of you? In
Anybody
Malaysia,
member?
maybe not. So they do, and it's very interesting. You know, it's going on all the time because it is service of the self, power of Sakash. It is for purification. You know, as I was telling yesterday, Sakash is combination of light, might and divine insight all together. Just like a ray of light has 7 colors, Sakash has 7 ingredients. So only when all 7 ingredients are together, that is called Sakash. That's what I was mentioning yesterday. You know, embodiment of powers, embodiment of knowledge, all relationships with Baba, all accomplishment, like, you know, something, all.
Okay.
So, just in essence, we started using Sakash after 2000, and now it has become a little bit more common because now we cannot reach out to the world just by being lighthouse and might house. We have to become tower. Lighthouse, might house is one stage. Tower of light and might is the highest. It is like connecting with the satellite. From there, the transmission can take place to the whole world.
So how did Sis Sona cross the ocean and come over to Middle East and other part of the world? When did you, from the Western world especially, when did they started to assimilate this terminology, Sakash, into their system of meditation and so on?
So, as Sister Meera is saying, the power of yoga is the special ingredient we have from the beginning of the yajna. In fact, the yajna is built on the power of yoga. All other institutions, they do so many things. But what they don't have is this direct connection with Baba and the ability to use this divine energy, this divine vibration in this world. So I remember 1983, I wasn't even a Brahmin, but I've heard so many stories how when Didi Manmohini left the body, Baba told people, send light to the womb. Why? Cleanse the womb. Such a pure soul is coming. So Sakash does the work of cleansing. Sakash does also the work of removing obstacles, destroying, And Sakash also does the work of healing. So definitely I would say it's in the last 25 years that we have just modified the understanding of the power of yoga. And Baba even says yoga gives health. It's very common in Murlis, no? Gyan gives wealth, yoga gives health. But you can see how remembrance of Baba is constantly flowing through even the cells of my body. So of course, whatever karma we have to go through, we have to go through. But using Sakash, for me it means that I can even change the cells of matter. I can purify matter. It's a huge thing. And then it's not just one cell, two cells, one body. Through this power, Baba is going to completely change nature.
Right. Now, having heard how important Sakash is and the benefit of it, now the question arises, how am I to attain that level so that I can practice Sakash, so to say, Because
Purity is the main thing. First and foremost requirement is total purity. Without that, it cannot move. Atom cannot move.
So we have variety of people, Some of them are long in knowledge, some of them are maybe 2-3 years in knowledge, different background, different sanskars, different commitment and bondages and so on. If I wanted to be a fast effort maker and come to that level of being able to practice Sakash in my real life, for myself and for others, So what are the preparation I have to make? That becomes a question here. So because I wanted to do it, because out of the retreat I found out that it's very important. Now let's talk about the do's and don'ts needed in order to achieve those things. So I can elaborate further on this so that it will be beneficial to everybody.
Actually, power of purity is the foundation. Even otherwise, for Mansa Seva, my mind can serve others' mind when there is level of purity, certain level of purity. Otherwise, my thoughts will get lost in this atmosphere of impurity in the world. So the first discipline is total purity. And second thing is, the disciplines that Baba has taught us in our daily routine, which is very, very important. Sakash and sadhana go together for me. If you want to do seva through Sakash, you have to be sadhak. The one who do sadhana is called sadhak. Today I am not going to talk about it. Recently only in Avyakt Parivar, they have USA teachers meeting, and the topic they have taken is sadhana. And Mohini Ben has given 10 requirements for sadhana and to be a sadhak. So with this dharana, you need to have dharana to have sadhana to give Sakash. If I am depending on sadhan, physical facilities, I cannot. You see, Sakash Seva can continue even in a desert where there is, nothing, no devices. My intellect works like wireless set. you can communicate. So purity, discipline, sadhana. Sadhana has very beautiful 10 components. Without that, I cannot expect healing, I cannot expect cure, I cannot expect transformation. You know, like for example, I have some sanskara conflict with somebody. I have some strong sanskara within myself. I want to melt it. So I need to do some sadhana by giving Sakash to myself so that I can melt that sanskara. So Jwalamukhi yoga, Sakash, in way go together. You know, the highest stage of yoga and the full purity and total selfless love for Baba, very important. Selfless love, unadulterated love. So, see, you can give Sakash to somebody because they are a relative. You can give Sakash to somebody because they are your friends. But no. When you talk about Sakash, it's the world. That is why I said, from lighthouse, might house, I have to move to the tower. The highest place, tower of silence. From there only the Sakash can reach.
So then there is another question, no, along this Sakash also. How am I to know that I am doing it properly or rightly? No? That's another question arises. No? Am I in the right track or not? There might be step 1, step 2, step 3 to achieve the Sakash at the highest level. But how am I to know that I'm taking that path and not sidelined? So what do you think, Sis Sona?
Well, Baba gave a clue when Baba said that even if you have one negative thought towards one person, you cannot give Sakash. I was shocked when Baba said this. You know, so it means that the inner cleansing has to be so deep. That
Waste thought, negative thought is one thing, waste thought also.
So I need to really make sure that I have firstly let go of everything of the past. So when you have rubbish in a jug, first you tip it out. The second thing is even this fine sand that remains, it has to be cleaned. So I need to reach a place where, okay, I let go mentally. Okay, I don't have waste thoughts, I don't have negative thoughts. But then I need so much power from Baba to burn the undercurrent of sanskaras that I'm carrying. Only then, if I maintain this state where I am not being regularly affected by people, by situations, knocked around, because any reaction that I'm having is coming from me. So when I maintain this stage where I really am not influenced, not affected, not pulled, not pushed, then I'm reaching a place where I can start to see all humans as the same. Otherwise I have preferences. This one I like because they make me feel good. This one I don't like because they make me feel bad. This is baby work. I have to rise above that. And then, when all are the same for me, like Meera Ben used this word selfless, I'm not directing my Sakash only to one. I'm not directing my Sakash only to one part of the world because there's a war or whatever. When I'm just sending out light on such a high vibration to create Satyug, then I'm uplifting everyone by Sakash.
So let's...
Main thing important is unlimited. You have to be on the unlimited. There is no limitation, you know, like the sun. Sun gives Sakash. Sakash has Prakash and Tej. This is something I have found out recently. why they say God's light is so piercing. It's not piercing, the tej, the heat of the prakash. There's a power, So, if for that to reach, I have to be unlimited. That is why the sun can give Sakash. It can burn, it can rain, it can bring rain, and it can dry the water also. That is Sakash's problem, that is Sakash.
Okay, so Sakash is an advanced stage. The intermediate stage probably may have equal vision for everybody and so on. Now we have to come to a little bit much more elementary stage.
Lighthouse, might house is okay. Start with that.
Okay, so now how to reach that lighthouse or might house stage?
So the first,
Let's
like
take him
what we
backward.
were talking about, lighthouse means, first of all, be light in your weight, in your form. Soul conscious practice a lot. In order to be a lighthouse, I have to be a lit light in this body, my house. Lighthouse. If I can become embodiment of soul consciousness, that is like one way of calling myself lighthouse. Embodiment of soul consciousness, not practicing, but being. Most of the time we are not being. Even meditating, we are not meditating. We are thinking to meditate. That is what Baba said. You are Sochta Swarup. You are not Smriti Swarup. If you are Smriti Swarup, you don't repeat the thought. You are.
Okay,
You are. But now what we are doing, I am a peaceful soul, I am a loveful soul. I am Sochta Swarup. I am not Smriti Swarup. Smriti Swarup is lighthouse, might house. You don't need to say you are. So for that we need practice. Baba practiced 14 years. Dadis practiced 14 years. We don't even practice 14 minutes a day. So from this retreat, take this homework. At least 14 minutes every day. I become embodiment of soul consciousness. I don't repeat, I am a soul. I am, that's all. I am light. Finish. Embody the light. Try and see.
So Sona Bahri, you have to top up.
even simpler, the simplest thing you can do is to give good wishes to someone who defames you. Practice it. So giving good wishes to your friends is easy, Of course, just patting your back, easy. Somebody is a little bit of a difficult person. Somebody is creating some chaos. Somebody is defaming you. Somebody is not allowing you to do something which is beneficial. At that moment, reverse your habit. The old habit, it's almost like a disease of Kali Yuga is, you don't like me, I don't like you. Immediately I switch into my negative mode. So first thing, change that. Okay, you don't like me, you're throwing rubbish at me. I will maintain my good wishes. So keep reminding yourself, who am I? I'm God's child. I have God's genes. Remember we did in the workshop, I have God's genes. What would God do? Let me do the same. So
Okay.
very simple, but beginning, start with that.
Okay, so now we come to the classroom setup, no? If I want to read up and trying to reach the Sakash stage, probably it will be very, very theoretical. I may have a lot of points to share. Maybe I'm not that yet, no? So at entry level, every day we listen to Murali. Is there points for Sakash from day to day Murali? Because otherwise it looks like I have to do a lot of readings, no? To attain that stage. But I know that every day we are listening to Murali. Is Baba's Murali have embedded points which can be a source of taking me towards
Just
Sakash?
today Baba said, give, that's enough. Baba every day teaches us give, give, give. That is Sakash. Son, give. Son doesn't take. So you develop the habit of giving. You become automatically filled. See, even to have good wishes to someone, you got to be soul conscious. Why I cannot have good wishes for someone? Because I am body conscious. If you are soul conscious, soul is positive. Soul is positive. If you are soul conscious, there cannot be any other thought except positive. We are not soul conscious always. We are practicing. We have to practice. That's what Moini Ben said. Awareness, first attention, awareness, practice, experience. 4 stages. Go through that. First of all, I need to have attention. I need to practice. Then awareness. Then practice that awareness. You create a stage. When you practice the awareness, you create a stage. And then from that stage, others receive. Yeah.
Okay, so every single Murali Baba says 2 things without fail. One is remember me. Either Manman above or remember me, or in some way Baba says remember me. You can't remember Baba without raising your energy to that level. You cannot sit here and think of Baba. Think of who Baba is. No, real remembrance of Baba is a deep connection of my energy and his. It's like the 2 waves that become one. If you just practice remember me, you've taken yourself into your highest stage. If you're in that higher stage, what are you doing? You're just radiating pure light. So even if after Murli, just 1 minute you do that every day, it's over. Game over.
So then, is it really necessary to do Sakash to reach my karmatic stage? Because Baba said you have to reach a karmatic stage, you have to become Bab, Saman and so on. Now we have another thing, Sakash. Is they all connected in one way or another, or what are they?
It's no connection. That is stage. Karmati stage is totally different. Sakash Seva is 2 different subjects. One is dharana, one is yoga. So don't mix up.
So without Sakash,
Just
is it
work
okay?
on soul consciousness first. Yeah. I think this is something which is very important. All of us are lacking. Soul conscious practice to embody soul consciousness is the most important attention, which has everything included in it. Yoga power, or the qualities of the soul automatically will emerge. Practice. We are not giving time for practice. What Dadis did. After Murli, Baba used to take them for a walk, and 1 word Baba used to give them. I am a pure soul. Okay, go and sit on the rock for 2 hours. Practice. No movement. Just sit on the rock. And Dadis did that practice. So how long can we sit in one position, in one place, with one thought? Not thinking too much, just embody that thought.
So this brings to another question, Meera Didi, So one part, of course, the soul has to be purified. That's one of the work we have to do. That's where purity comes in. We have to get back to our original self. But on the other part, we also wanted to claim a high status in the future. So we also have that concern. So this have to be done, that have to be done. In between, we have another one called Sakash. So what is a correlationship between all these three things?
Balance of four subjects. Baba, that's what Baba spoke today. Learn to keep the balance. This is an art of balance that we need to learn. That's why in one Murli Baba talks about all four subjects. So I just need to create that balance in my Brahmin life. No need to get confused.
So, Sona Ben, you have something
So
to
there's
talk
only
about
one
that?
way I understand that you can actually purify the soul, and that is seed stage yoga. Seed stage yoga is when I am just still with Baba in soul world. It's a form of God's radiation towards me. Okay, the surgeon did the operation, the cancer is removed, but still I need radiation to be able to remove all the traces.
Mhm.
Otherwise, okay, we say I am aware I am a soul, but deep in the chit, the chit, the deepest level of my memory track, I
Mhm.
still have remnants of these, tiny bits of body consciousness. And that's why every soul has to spend some time in seed stage yoga. I would say 5 minutes every Amrit Vela. Sakash to me is not seed stage yoga. Sakash is more connected with Mansa Seva. It is a stage where, yes, I am combined with Baba's light, but I am radiating that light into the universe, the world. Seed stage yoga is a stage where I'm not consciously radiating anything. I just am.
Right.
So I need seed stage yoga for myself.
Okay.
And then the highest form of Mansa Seva is Sakash.
Right.
Unlimited, uninhibited by my own impurity at all.
So can we sum it up like this? The soul have to be purified. If you don't do it, Dharmaraj will do it for you. That's for sure, no? So we are consciously doing it for ourselves so that we can prepare ourselves to do some more elevated service, which means your status is going to be better in the future, no? So in between that we have Sakash. Sakash is a form of doing service also. So the more you purify yourself, the more you get clearance from Dharmaraj, no? And so go back to the soul world. But then Sakash is the service, is the elevated service, Mansa Seva and so on, comes in there, which is service already, no? So you are creating a future also, no? So it goes together, blend together in that. So can I sum it up like that?
Brother, can I just add one small thing?
Right.
We hear so many stories of how Brahma Baba used to invoke us. Brahma Baba actually used to invoke souls, all the Brahmin children, right from the early days. He would even invoke Brahmin children overseas. He knew they were there.
Yeah.
So right from the beginning of the yajna, it's almost like we are being called. So he was practicing this giving of Sakash right from the start. And wherever we were, okay, our time was not the time to take Baba's Gyan, but the soul was being pulled back by its original clan and actually by Bap Dada. So slowly, a pathway was being created for you to come. So Sakash is actually, may not be a physical thing, you're not seeing the effect, but Sakash is pulling souls as well.
Right. So it becomes a service. So service is embedded in Sakash. And yoga is also embedded in Sakash. So am I right to say like that, Meera Didi?
Yeah, it means, of course, service can be done in many ways. This is one of the refined, double refined way of doing service. That's all.
So it's a refined way of doing service, means you claim a better service is being done, which is for your future also. You have something to say?
I think that's enough, I think. That's okay. I think we don't take questions now. We don't have much time. Others have to leave. Some of them have to leave. Yeah.
So I hope from this conversation, from this
Yeah.
forum, the message is that Sakash is very, very important and we all have to work towards that. And by doing Sakash, you're basically improving your meditations, you're basically improving, purifying yourself, you're basically preparing yourself to do more elevated service. And so service become easier. You plow the ground. You may not physically present there, but then, you are just preparing souls to come into Baba. Service have been done. So you can rest assured that you have done a great service. And the best time to do Sakash is when?
Of course, it's Amrit Vela and before sunrise and after sunset. That's the best time where there is less pollution in the atmosphere. What I would like to suggest, as I said, Baba has already said, stop thinking too much in meditation, being embodiment. Be, be soul, not becoming soul conscious. So still you are using energy. Be soul conscious, that's all. That is called Smriti Swarup. That brings power to you. If you are, thinking, embodiment of thinking, you are losing power. You are not gaining power. So make that change from Sochta Swarup to Smriti Swarup from this retreat. So even if you spend that half an hour just Smriti Swarup, the energy that you generate can do wonders. That's a change Baba wants us to do. Not thinking all the time. I am soul, I am a peaceful soul, I am a loveful. I know that already. Just be. See how long you can be in that state. That creates a stage, make you powerful.
So this brings to one more question for Sis Sona. Now, souls here are Brahmin souls. That means they have been long from the beginning, no? And they are carrying quite a bit with them also, since the copper age onward. So a huge burden of so many things are there, no? And a lot of settling had to be done with among Brahmins also, no? So how am I to position myself to face all these challenges, at the same time pay attention to my own spiritual effort so that I won't be influenced? What are the kind of protection I should take, which is a need of the time, so that I'm beyond all those things and make a fast effort?
First thing is back to basics. I think it's the basic discipline of our timetable. Basic Shrimat. Good Amrit Vela. Murli, I personally would say not through Zoom. As much as possible, sit in class. Why? Class has a vibration. And it's very different to actually joining Murli on Zoom, or even worse is listening on the phone. Put the Murli and then, just... Third thing is really paying attention during the day. What is creating reaction in me and why? And lastly, really ending your day, or food of course, it's a huge effect on the soul. Ending your day properly. Baba says, wrap up the day, don't take more baggage with you from day to day. So these basic timetables that we have been given, this discipline is so important. And I think the other thing is always remember, no matter how impure a soul I think I am, no matter how much rubbish I have inside me, who is with me? God is with me. No, is there anything greater than Him? So if that feeling is there, victory is already in your hands. We drop victory by saying, I'm alone. We drop victory by forgetting Baba. That's all. If you just stay combined, magic can happen, impossible can happen, and your purification is guaranteed. Om Shanti.
Okay, we have come almost to the end of this forum.
Get the chairs ready.
So, Meera, Didi, you would like to say some parting words to end this forum?
Of course, there is no end. It's a new beginning. The cycle always keeps spinning, right? It's a beginning, middle and end, and again beginning. So we are not finishing the retreat, we are new beginning. I'm sure each one of you have taken some homework.